the video you never asked for. Today we're gonna do eyebrows. Right now I've got 4 tools for you that are really important for the eyebrow situation. My first super important one is one of 2 of your eyebrow pencils. This one is by Wet n Wild. I like them because they're cruelty free. This guy, I have it in a dark brown color, and what's cool about this one is it's like the dupe for Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's like the triangular crayon shape, not just like a pencil. You can just screw it all the way up or down if you want to, but probably shouldn't. And it also has a little spoolie at the end. The next one I have is a darker brown color, so keep that in mind. I do use a medium brown and then a dark brown pencil, 2 different ones. This one also has the spoolie with a cap, how fun. And then I've got this one, but it's more tapered, more like a pencil. Also screws around. Then I've got a couple of brushes that you would need. Angled eyeliner brush. We like this one specifically because it is very thin. I like the thinner ones because you can move the product around a lot better, more precision. I also use this for eyeliner, so I use the same thing for multiple things, and the skinnier ones have always done right by me, so I just use this one. And then I've got this guy. Apparently it's a point crease brush, but I use this to pretty much make my eyebrows as precisioned as possible. So you can see it has it comes to a point at the very tip, and I will show you how to use this in a second. First things first, the reason why I don't have any makeup on, aside from the fact that I don't feel like it, is because I usually do my eyebrows before the rest of my face. It's up to you how you want to do that. I can only tell you what works for me at this point. But first we're going to take our Wet n Wild lighter brown pencil with the triangle, and we're gonna do one of these, get it in a nice elongated place, and we're going to take it and focus our effort underneath the brow. We're not gonna go up just yet, but you're gonna want to follow the line in a nice precisioned way. I typically like to remind myself that it's supposed to be a smooth transition of an arc under there. So no super sharp lines, just voop, like a wave. And I'm gonna use my mirror because I can't even see myself over here really. But yeah, I like to take several strokes as well and just kind of build where I was. I don't draw harsh lines because it's harder to blend if you make a mistake, and my entire existence is a mistake, so I tend to not want to make even more bigger mistakes. Then, of course, what you're going to do is after that, because I just went ahead, after you follow that line underneath, you take the same and you brush it upward, just kind of filling in your actual natural brow. And again, lighter strokes, as long as you can build it, you're doing really well. And then I have a little bald spot on this one that I don't have on this side per se, so I actually have to overcompensate and fill in the bald spot. I do this with the light brown, and you will see I do it with the dark brown as well. But now you can see I have a brow. I have one eyebrow. So I'll just go ahead and do it on the other side. Again, you're gonna follow the line of your natural eyebrow. Remember that you're looking for a smooth wave, no harsh lines, just a smooth transition from A to B, from front to back, from top to bottom. And then once you establish that line, you're going to want to stroke upward to fill in where your natural brow already lies. You're just tinting it more than it normally is tinted. And if you don't mind forgiving me, I haven't had my eyebrows done in a while, so we're just going for it. Actually, dang, I need to do my eyebrows, that's terrifying. Anyways, so now that we have 2 eyebrows-ish, can kind of be like me and get a little perfectionistic if you want, but we've got 2 eyebrows now. Next we're gonna move on to the dark brown. And what we're gonna do with this dude is, you see how the eyebrow is basically one color on each side? We're gonna take the pencil of this darker brown one, and we're gonna focus our efforts on the outside. So my rule is that I start where the arch is and work my way that way to make it darker. Especially with my little bald spot. I want that to be darker because I don't want it to be bald anymore. So I just follow from the middle and work my way out. And I try to keep it, again, very light because I don't want it to be like half and half. And of course, if it is half and half, that's what the spoolie is going to be for later. But I'll get the other side. I do have a bit of a bald spot under my arch on the other side that the light brown does not catch. And so I go ahead and I go over that with the dark brown. I like cheap dupes because when I'm poor from, like, for instance, moving across country and I don't have a steady job, it's nice to have, you know, if my beautiful parents are able to help me out, I can at least say, hey, listen, I ran out of my $2 eyebrow pencil. So it works out for everyone at the end of the day. And these are actually pretty great brands, like, considering. So then we're gonna take the spoolie, and whatever areas that we are looking at that are a bit darker than we want, you don't have to wipe it off. You just brush it. If you're wearing moisturizers that have a lot of oil in them, keep in mind that you might take a lot more product off than you were meaning to, and that's because all you have to do is just go back in there and retouch it, which is what's happening to me right now. So as you can see, I'm getting a little bit of my bald back again, and that's because I just slapped a ton of vitamin E oil on my face, because why not, you know? Self-care. So I'll just go back in with my light brown and then my dark brown. Perfect. So now, I guess I should have mentioned, we will be needing a concealer as well, or a foundation that you like, but I'm going to take a concealer. I'm going to go ahead and use Born This Way by Too Faced because I've got this massive bottle that I'm barely scratched the surface of, and you're going to just take that little brush with the angle, and you're going to kind of saturate both sides of it with concealer. And I like to just kind of get a lot of excess off because you're not going to need like a sopping amount. You're just going to need enough to like taper off your eyebrows. But what I like to do is I go underneath my eyebrow line where I know I want it to be, because sometimes like product moves. So I get it right under where I want it to be, and I just follow that line all the way around. And then I'll drag the concealer down. And then, if I want to get really picky, I do kind of the same at the top. I'm more nervous about the top usually because for reasons. I just seem to always mess up the top. Let's see if I can manage not to do that this time. Here you go, you have an eyebrow. And of course do that with the other side. Eyebrows, sisters not twins, all that. But I would like to mention that they do need to be related to each other. But it is okay if they're cousins sometimes. And I say that because some people have like eyebrows that are really unique, and I'm all like completely there for unique eyebrows, so you do what you want to do, but I am trying to make mine look like cousins for the most part. And if you've ever met my little cousin we do kind of look alike, so it's not a terrible gig. Like if one eyebrow looked like her and the other eyebrow looked like me, I feel like I'd still be winning. So yeah, that's okay with me. I don't believe I've ever had perfect eyebrows. There's always something wrong with them. And I like to kind of keep it that way because it keeps everyone on their toes. Kind of like when I dye my hair, like crazy colors. Because then everyone at church thinks that they're being introduced to a totally new person, but I was there last week already. But you know, it's cool. I don't ever correct them. It's just a new person every time. I like to conceal the middle part too. And if you thought I was gonna do my entire face, you're wrong. It was just eyebrows today. We're actually just gonna leave it like that. Alright, and then we're gonna take that angled eyeliner brush. And again, just reiterating that bottom line and making sure that the concealer line isn't super, super, super harsh. Because what tends to happen is we'll use the concealer and then you kind of just see a line. You want to fan that out because you do not want it to look like you concealed the lines. Just because you did it doesn't mean everyone has to know. So you're just gonna like gently blur that out. And I use the brush this time instead of the, or I guess I should say I use the angled brush as opposed to the spoolie because I like it better. Leave me alone. I have like a sponge here and I'm just gonna like kind of clean it up a little bit because I'm gonna wipe this all off and do a totally different video. I already know, but for the time being, we're gonna use the sponge and just kind of like lightly pass it over, especially the top. The bottom I'm not really concerned about because you can throw some eyeshadow on that, call it a day. But yeah, and I'll just wipe over you. And we're like gravy with some eyebrows. Alright. Now you have eyebrows. Congratulations. They are imperfect, natural eyebrows. Good job.